Hi everyone, my name is Haley Hoyt. I'm the go-to-market offering manager for Maximo Mobile. And today I want to take you through a demo of Maximo Mobile. So in this demo, I'll highlight three of the main workflows that can be completed in this single application, Maximo Mobile. First, you'll see a service request submitted, then an inspection completed, and finally a work order finished. So let's dive in. Let's meet Eli. Eli is a technician, and as you'll soon see, he'll be the person to submit the service request in Maximo Mobile. Before we get started, I want to highlight that anyone can submit a work request, a technician, an inspector, a reliability engineer who's notified of an anomaly, and in public spaces, even a private citizen. But in this case, we'll be showcasing the technician. So Eli's in the middle of completing a work order when he notices a nearby asset shaking. Given a closer look, he also notices a corroded bushing. Eli decides to create a service request. He pauses his current work and taps back to the navigator screen. The lighting of the day is also changing, so Eli decides to change his mode of his application from dark mode to light mode. And then he continues with creating a service request. So Eli taps on the Create Service Request tile, the big plus button, to get started. Eli selects Service Request. Now Eli is prompted to select an asset category to begin this service request. Populated are categories of assets that he can choose from to begin his service request. He chooses centrifugal pump. Then he'll choose a subcategory of vibration due to the inadequate bushing and shaking of the pump. Next, he's presented with a form to give details and context to the service request. He fills out the prepared questions and even uses voice to text to add the details he thinks are pertinent to the situation. Next, he confirms his pre-populated contact information. Then he goes to location and he chooses Building B. He can also include a few pictures if desired in the attachments section, but for now, he clicks Submit. He's then notified that his service request has been submitted and can now return to his current work order in process. So after Eli's service request is approved by a maintenance manager, it's turned into a work order and assigned to another technician, Sam, a new technician right out of school. So Sam opens his Maximo Mobile app to get started on his work for the day. He taps My Schedule. Now Sam can see three work orders that have been assigned, with one of these work orders being priority number 1. Before getting started, he wants to pick up all his items and tools for the day. Sam has the option to view the items and tools needed for each work order, but for now, he'd rather utilize the aggregated list to pick up everything he will need for all of his work orders. So Sam is going to tap Pick Up Items and Tools. He's following the big blue button through the workflow. Now that he's picked up his items and tools, he'll tap Done. Sam is taken back to the work order list. Quickly, he wants to see where his work orders are located so he can optimize his travel for the day. He taps the location icon. Sam is able to see a full view of all of his assigned work orders for the day and plan his route. Now Sam can tap on the work order he wants to pursue first. He selects the centrifugal pump work order and opens it. He chooses Start Travel. He's given an exact location, and once he arrives, Sam can click Start Work. So what happened here was he was taken to his native map application, and now he's just being taken right back to Maximo Mobile so he can actually start work. Sam is now on the work order detail screen. While on this screen, he notices that this pump needs an inspection as well. He decides to perform an inspection before starting the work order. He taps the inspection icon, and now he has a list of steps to follow to complete his inspection of the centrifugal pump. In step 2, when asked to report any audible changes in the pump, Sam notes the sound of rapid tapping and thinks that this may signify a bent fan blade and is likely the cause of the shaking that deteriorated the bushing. He reports this in his inspection, which will likely lead to the creation of a new work order. After he has finished all the fields, he completes the inspection. Now Sam returns to his work order. From here, there are several things he can do. First, he wants to see what is happening with the asset, the context to the asset's performance. Sam taps on the gauge icon. He can view all the data that's coming in from Monitor, another piece of integration that is part of the Maximo application suite as a whole. Sam taps on temperature. Here he sees the individual data points which contribute to the asset's condition. After drilling down into the individual data points, he returns back to the work order details page. Before getting started, Sam also wants to get a holistic view of the asset in all its parts, so he clicks the digital twin icon. Here he sees how all the parts fit together. This will help inform his work going forward. Sam taps back to the asset detail screen. He's ready to get started, so Sam taps on the task icon highlighted in blue so he's able to easily navigate through each step of the workflow. Sam is taken directly into the step-by-step process of work to be done. He begins his work. Being a new technician, Sam gets stuck on the disconnect power step, but notices the assist icon. He taps the assist icon and is presented a screen with a variety of manual captures and videos from Maximo associated with this specific step in the process. Sam quickly hones in on a video and taps the resource to see more. Now Sam sees a previously recorded interaction where a technician just like him and an expert collaborated on this step. In this session, the technician was able to easily remedy his problem because of the back and forth collaboration with the expert through Maximo Mobile and the augmented reality feature of Assist. The expert added further value to this session by annotating the technician's screen captures so that the future technicians could easily solve the same problem in the future. Sam completes the disconnect power step. He was able to get all his assistants to help him through the step, so he didn't even need to phone an expert. Now Sam returns to his work order steps. He finishes the rest of the steps and taps done. And now clicks stop work. Sam sees a summary of the work order and taps complete. Now Sam has quickly wrapped up his work order and is ready to begin the next one. So the main point is that we're pulling together all this information and putting it at the technician's fingertips in a digestible and easily navigable application. This drives a higher first-time fix rate and more efficient task completion. Thanks for joining me for this demo, and if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out.